giants' long ships have been pillaging.
Hello, and welcome to this final boss fight.
Oh yes, absolutely phenomenal.
Do I want to go back and ask what just was said behind that, or are we gonna gloss over that?
No,
Whatsoever.
Cool.
need to know.
Hello and welcome to this final boss fight live stream.
Don't do it again.
I'm gonna
Let him do the intro, damn it.
I'm gonna do it until I get it right.
3 years later.
My name is John, and I am joined by these ne'er-do-wells you can now see below me. You can't blame me for everything.
Me thoughts.
Amy is this Pomeranian.
Amy is still an unknown factor.
Hello, fellow children, Bork.
So let's see. Starting at this end, we have Sharn.
Hi.
Then we has Amy.
We don't talk about arousal on stream.
Correct.
Now we do.
Then we have Sean.
I'm deeply aroused by the lack of arousal.
And then we have Michael, who's in the naughty corner.
Kink shaming is my kink.
Okay. I'm
Successful stream. Goodbye.
I'm glad we brought this up. Guys,
And
for a start,
now we've been kicked off of Twitch. It's all fine.
for a start, we now have face cams for the players as well as just the
What?
GM. At the
Why
very
are you
least.
saying that? Like, they can see that.
Hey, I'm saying things that are accurate.
There may be people just listening. And
There might be
aren't
people
able
that just listen because they don't want to see my face. But now they can
Well,
see
now they
more
can.
than just my face.
I mean, that's understandable.
Which, I think we've made the situation worse. We've not improved it. We've just added more ugly faces to the mix.
No, we've got Shard now.
That's true.
And a Pomeranian. Everybody loves a Pomeranian.
I love Pomeranians. That's why I am one.
I mean,
Pomeranian in a balaclava.
is it what? Yeah, what is the Pomeranian wearing on its head?
It's wearing a backwards cap and sunglasses.
Because of course.
Fabulous.
It looks like it's a celebrity not trying to get noticed in public.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, it is. Have you not seen when Amy goes out in public in her backwards cap and sunglasses?
I didn't know Amy went outside.
It's rare, but it does happen occasionally.
To and from con doesn't count as going
Yeah, it
outside.
literally only happens to and from.
No, she also sometimes goes to and from gamer disco or to and from board game days.
And the bar.
Anyway, we are eventually going to maybe play some D&D, maybe. I don't know.
Really?
Wait, what? That's why we're here?
We're going to play some D&D for you all tonight. When last we saw the Mighty Nine, that's a completely different D&D game.
What the
What's
when,
Jester?
Hi, I'm Jester.
no, she got it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can be Caleb.
So I don't want to be Caleb, I'm always Caleb.
Got to be German.
No, you got to be Zemnian. Anyway, we are here.
My surname is very good. Thank you.
We are here to play the Golden Tooth, and when we last saw the Golden Tooth, they accepted a quest to go down into the Underdark and find a drow camp, drow town that had been enslaved by fire giants.
And it all went super well and we're fine.
Away.
You descended into the way down, which is the way down into the Underdark.
It's a big fucking hole.
And you travelled by raft downriver towards the Spore Dome, where you encountered some myconoid mushroom peoples the Myconoids informed you that they knew of a way for you to get very quickly to where you wanted to go, and that was to take you to Whom. And upon finding whom was, you said, no, thank you very much for your help, Whom. We will make this trip by foot, because if we accept your aid, it will not go well for the leader of the town that we're trying to save.
And we like our brains.
Whom
Yeah,
was...
like, you haven't mentioned the key fact of this. We weren't just like being really rude to this guy trying to help us. He was literally a mind flayer.
He was literally and figuratively a mind flayer.
What part was figurative?
He didn't flay anybody's minds at the time.
Right, okay.
He wasn't
Because it was on
act-
the right day. He's only saves it for Wednesdays.
Wednesdays are flaying days.
So
He's got a special deal on his mobile. He's like 2 for 1 or something.
yeah, Meerkat Mondays.
You got one of those.
Yeah.
So you are heading via dark tunnels to Sizith Morcaine using the maps that the Myconoids have drawn for you. This is a journey that is, in theory, gonna take you 21 days.
Yes.
And so...
Luckily, we found a motorcycle.
and so...
Luckily, I bought my jetpack.
Whee!
I love the idea of a 4-seater motorcycle and the bird just has to like walk beside us.
Who does
I mean-
anything about it being a 4-seater? It's a single-seater motorcycle, just all crammed on there.
It's like some weird display, like, pyramid going up the back of it.
We're all just really uncomfortably close. Or not, in probably Malzere and Cadmus.
Just riding through the tunnels in deadly silence. Just
I just like the idea that also...
Levitating and dragging
Yeah.
behind.
How is just tied to a rope levitating behind.
I'm a balloon!
Anyway, that is not the case of what is happening. That
Aw.
Drat.
that is a dream that one of you can have on the many nights being in the Underdark. For this, I would like you to nominate one of you to be the leader of the group for the first period of travel.
Caldrax.
fuck what?
Leadership!
Look, Malzere doesn't know anybody else but him.
Okay.
Okay, Caldorax.
Hal will immediately second this vote, by the way.
Ember will balk.
Well, that doesn't tell us yes or no, so meh.
Your vote does not count. You did not vote in the correct manner.
Gawain will slap her hand on your back and say, if they trust you. If they trust you, I trust you.
Sounds a lot more simple this week.
Yeah.
I'm working out the voice still.
2 + 2 is 4.
Oh, hi there.
I mean, I would like to point out that all of his mental stats are single digits.
He sounds like he operates in slow motion.
He
oh,
does
hi
a...
there.
Oh, hello.
No.
Stop.
So
He talks like an
Pyrolus,
ant.
Yes.
everybody else seems to have faith in Caldorax to lead the party. Are you gonna...
Yeah, I said that seems to be a decision then.
Okay. I
To be
didn't
fair-
hear.
Hal doesn't have faith in Caldorax. Hal has faith in Akadi to guide them. So it doesn't matter who's in charge.
We'll see how well that faith in Akadi is placed. Sean.
We'll see how much that's useful, the faith in Bacardi.
My faith in Bacardi's done me great.
Sean, could you roll me
Other
a
rums
survival
are
check?
available.
A survival check?
Hashtag not sponsored.
A survival check? I'll just make sure I'm not on advantage or anything. Nope.
Hashtag we'd happily be sponsored.
So,
Sponsor me if no one else. I'll drink all the Bacardi you send me. at once.
I'm just gonna cover my ass quickly.
Covered in.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
I also feel that I should point out that Sean would probably have to drink all the Bacardi they send me because I don't want it.
What? Why does Sean get it? I'm the alcoholic. Yeah.
There's
I'm the one with horrible.
I don't mind Bacardi. I mean, I prefer other rums, but either way.
I can get drunk on anything. Send it my way. Or send me
Yes.
paint thinner. I probably wouldn't notice. As long as it gets me a little tipsy, I'll be fine.
Oh god.
and that's why you don't get nice alcohol.
Don't ask what's in here.
Why is the colour coming off the inside of that glass so quickly?
Don't worry about it.
Michael, why have you just clapped straight forward onto your face, onto your desk?
I'm fine.
The
I think
darkness.
putting webcams on this was the worst idea ever. We're just lunatics now.
The
We
worst
just-
or the
And
best?
they know our faces. They can put faces and names together. They know us.
It was him. That's the man that haunts my dreams.
You're the one that drinks the paint thinner.
You're the ones from my dreams. Gods give me strength. Sorry, I just went to the opening of Oblivion there.
So, with Calderax holding the map and leading you,
I think it's this way.
you wander off
Guys, this is a map.
into the darkness. It is everywhere. It is everything.
But we can all see, I think.
It is overwhelming.
Nope. No,
Oh, no,
I don't have
not
dark vision.
Yeah, you can, because I'm still using light.
Oh yeah.
It is
Right.
never ending. But the overwhelming darkness isn't alone. It has a companion. An
It believes in a
insidious,
thing called love.
ever-present accomplice. Unnerving, unending, deafening silence. You've been on the move for an endless night through narrow tunnels and wide passages, across large open cathedrals, and through winding stalagmite mazes, and the constant, infinite, silent darkness.
Yeah, I have a
Okay,
question. Are we all being silent? Because I think Howard would be like trying to make conversation
Yeah,
this entire time.
I wouldn't be silent.
Yeah, there's silence. We're not listening to it.
Actually,
We're
how
just-
wide are these tunnels?
The silence is there, like, guys, I'm trying to make moody atmosphere. And we're like, so what's your favorite bird?
You're the worst. How wide are the tunnels?
Yeah.
Uh,
How wide are the tunnels?
The tunnels will be anything from days where you were walking through tunnels where you can walk 3 people side by side through to, you know, points where you have to go single file through tunnels that are wide enough for you to just about squeeze through.
You know, fun tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tunnels.
Malzeri's favorite.
At the end of what you assume to be a day's worth of travel, seeing as it's in pitch blackness and there is no sun, you reach a set of steep, narrow stairs through narrow chambers and down wide, Faraz-infused glowing caverns. While crossing one such enormous cavern, the magical glow illuminating high, featureless... illuminating high, featureless ceilings and barren, dreary walls, you hear a gibbering alien echo. Chatters, moans, screams from the darkness echo from right to left to right, from behind to front to back.
So good things.
Yeah, this is great.
When you look, there's nothing there. The cavern is barren, just a huge void. The sound came from the walls, the floor, the very air itself. The sounds follow you, pursue you, through a limestone tunnel, over a rocky escarpment,
Hi,
up...
back! Woo!
I was gonna say, you scared off Amy.
Up a ledge, across a gallery. They follow you. First clicking and clacking sounds as of massive chattering bugs, then grotesque slurping, dripping, oozing sounds, now footfalls in the dark.
Nice.
But never anything there. An hour passes, nothing attacks, nothing molests, but your mind bends to the horror of the unseen oral haunts.
Well then.
After a few hours of this, could you all make me a wisdom saving throw?
Well,
Okay.
Just
Yes.
Again, real quick.
Pardon?
Just for future knowledge. Yeah.
That's about right.
Okay. Amy?
You dared.
One more to do, haven't we, John?
Oh, Gawain.
And
what
Ember.
about Ember?
No, leave Ember out of this.
No, do not leave Ember
I'm
out
not
of this.
going to leave Ember out of this.
We've established that Ember is an equal member of our team, and therefore he has to roll.
Ember
I will protect my boy.
Ember does not possess the mental faculties to cope with this, or to not cope with this
Yeah!
problem.
What? So horrible, evil noises aren't going to affect a living being.
He doesn't have the
Yeah!
mental faculties to work out that they are not meant to be there. So
But
everybody passes except
I was sensing an accept coming along.
I could go with a but if you like. Would you like a but?
A lot of people would like a butt.
Amy,
yeah.
what is Malzeray's current level of madness?
Oh, it's 2, I believe. Yep, it's 2.
Uh,
Oh no, that sounds bad.
that's not good, is it? Because it's it's +1 now.
Oh, for God's sake.
Uh,
Okay.
do you know what level 3 means?
Is that long-term madness?
No. It's
Then-
the other one.
Indefinite?
Indefinite
Wait, really?
madness.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going so much better than I thought. Yeah. What do I need to roll? Is it 100 or 1d10?
Could you roll me a d10 oh, no, wait. No, not that one. Could you roll me a d100, please?
67. I wish it was 69.
I know, so close, so close.
Oh, this is so Malzeray's insanity anyway.
Oh,
Removes
thank you.
all clothes.
I am the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person I know.
How's that different
Okay.
from normal?
Yeah.
So I'm Calderax, basically.
Unfortunately, no one notices any change.
Yeah. That's it.
But I feel like it's kind of cranked up a bit. Because like, at this point, Malzeray has become a bit more modest about himself. And now it's just going to be how Calderax met Malzeray, but even worse.
After another hour or so of travel, the horrid sounds have faded. I'm going to skip the bit where it says possibly the madness they also inspired, because, you know.
That's sticking around.
As you round a bend, you see a dim yellow glow. As you
I'll just
approach...
say, the madness just made you have some real good self-confidence. Like, as madness goes, you should be thanking it. Oh my god, I'm crazy. Crazy handsome. Look at this guy.
As you round a bend, you see a dim yellow glow. As you approach, you can feel moisture in the air. The cavern beyond is large, perhaps 60 to 80 feet across and 60 feet tall, lit by a tall, bizarre, tube-like fungi that grow in several clusters around the chamber. They illuminate many 2-foot-tall red and orange toadstools, half a dozen 4-foot-tall grey and green 4 mushrooms, and 3 massive 40-foot-tall mushrooms that cluster in the middle of the chamber. Walnut-sized spores from the larger mushrooms litter the somewhat muddy floor, and a bubbling pool, a hot spring, gurgles at one side. Water streams down through fungal filters to a small, beautiful, clear pool nearby. Food, water, dim natural light, and a high perch. This could be a comfortable resting space.
Or a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, this does seem like entirely too convenient. But then I also feel we need somewhere to rest and recuperate. Though we actually do, because didn't someone say they had generate food and water?
I mean, I have create food and water.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could not risk the obvious trap and not worry about the food and water.
We could do this thing.
How, however? It's probably super into this place.
Oh my god, look at the mushrooms!
Pyrolis does not see anything wrong.
I'm distracted by giant mushrooms.
There are some very big mushrooms.
Hmm?
Wait, do you think that mushroom's a friend as well, like the ones from before? Hi, mushroom!
No, they're probably poisonous, you dimwit.
No, the ones before were nice, though. This might be a nice mushroom, too. You don't know.
You're pathetic.
And you're apathetic. Boom.
Not
Word.
pathetic.
Wordplay.
I mean, I also have purify food and drink, so
You got a point. Yeah.
if necessary, we can take some stuff from this place, and I can just make it free of poison and disease.
Probably not a bad idea. Because I really think that Hal might try something. Just quickly just whip it out, just bam, no, purified. Just to save him from
Literally
himself.
about to bite it, and he just grabs it out of his hand. Right, there you go. Have it back now. I've cleaned it.
Okay, would you like how? Which of the mushrooms are you going to interact with?
Wasn't there the giant one?
So there are half a dozen 4-foot tall ones, and there are 3 40-foot tall ones.
Big friend! No, I'll go speak to one of the 4-foot ones and just ask them if they're a friend as well.
It does not react to you talking to it.
Son of a
Just
bitch.
spawns a hand and sticks a middle finger up at you.
Boop!
He has booped it.
It, to the touch, feels vaguely leathery.
Ugh.
It's sort of a grey-green colour.
It feels like David Dickinson.
Whoever the hell that is.
Bargain hunt. Oh, don't worry.
Please,
It's
David
I know.
Dickinson. Please,
But in
David
this-
Dickinson.
Oh, yeah. It's true. We live in a world that does not have David Dickinson. Or does it? Is David Dickinson
It
in
probably
every world?
does. It probably does have a David Dickinson.
I'm sure things here are cheap as chips as well. You
That
don't know.
Bobby doesn't.
Yeah, so nothing happened when I poked it. I sort of give up
No.
on being a secret friend. It's a shame.
Just give it
How-
one last, like, puppy dog eyes. Like,
Just,
oh.
you don't want to let the others know, you could just wave a little bit and I won't say anything.
It still does not react.
Damn it.
Okay, I'm sure that if you are alive, you're nervous, because there's new people, and new people can be scary, so I'm going to leave you alone, and I hope you have a good day. Okay, but if you're just a plant, that's fine too. And I just walk away.
It does not react.
That's a shame. I was hoping it would feel happy about, like, I was being inclusive.
Optimistic little fuck.
Yeah.
But give it a week, and it's going to be twice as tall as the other ones around it because you gave it the compliments.
I gave it the confidence, just like madness does.
Yeah. So are we going to harvest anything from here, or are we going to rest? Or are we going to try and talk to more mushrooms?
We can't rest in somewhere so filthy.
For the record, the mushroom said that he's just a bit nervous meeting new people, so he
I
doesn't
couldn't give
want
a
to.
fuck what the mushroom said, mate.
Well, maybe you should. The mushrooms were really helpful earlier. Maybe
Wait, I
you
can't
should
believe-
be nicer to strangers.
Mate, I could barely give a fuck about what you say, let alone the mushroom.
That's mean.
That's
He's under-
me.
He's under a lot of stress, kind of pats Malzare's shoulder. He's under a lot of stress. We're all under a lot of stress. Just
Is there
everyone
any
take a-
wind down here?
No.
No.
I'm uncomfortable.
Like the tube.
Gawain flaps his wings. And suddenly there is a breeze. And
Thank
he also flies up and lands on top of the 40-foot tall mushrooms.
And gets eaten and dies.
Turns out it was a pitcher plant. He now can't get out.
We also can't get up. Bye, go away.
This would be these three mushrooms are pushed together. This might be a good place to rest.
Nope.
I think you mean these three mushrooms are
They're
pushed
nice
together. Maybe we should rest here.
Why do you sound like an eel?
That's the voice John was doing earlier.
What he gave him.
Also, eel's a little bit more gravelly than that.
Yeah.
Well,
It is
okay.
The best we've seen so far.
Oh, I have an idea.
What's the idea?
Oh.
I have a tent.
I also have a tent.
Better, I guess. I don't know why I'm so posh all of a sudden.
Yeah, why?
The madness
Better.
is setting in weird ways.
Sorry, let me.
You sound like a cat just languishing. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm speaking as myself. I'm not speaking as Mallory. I guess that's the...
That's not better. That's just how you talk. Darling.
Have you ever had a conversation with me?
I try and avoid it whenever possible, I'll be honest. Oh,
Right.
this is why you were mean to me before. I get it now.
Right, let's just sleep in the fucking tent.
Okay then. So we gotta set up camp here.
Okay.
Camp for Kip.
Okay.
It's gonna be a massive mistake, I know it is, but either way.
Are there any, from where we can see, are there like clear entrance and exits, or is that beyond the kind of light or?
No, there are clear entrance and exit points. They would be on the edge of your dark vision if you were in the center of the room. Because your dark vision goes out 60 feet and this cavern is 60 foot across.
Okay, that's cool.
So you can see to the... You could set up your tent in such a position that you could see to the exit and entrance points.
How far can I see? Because obviously I've...
You can see less than everybody else.
You've got
Yeah.
lights.
Fuck off.
Yeah, but
It's...
isn't the light just like 20 feet or something?
I think it's 20 feet, and then you've got 20 feet of dim light beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So allow that.
So you
20 and 20.
you, Hal, can set yourself up where you can see one entrance or exit.
I am going to put my trust into my good friend Pyralus, and if she says we're setting up camp there, we'll set up camp there.
If the chasm's 60 foot across and we sit in the middle of it, we've only got 30 feet to look
Yeah.
in either direction, so you'll see dimly to the edges. But yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So do we want to set up against a wall so we've got at least one side protected? Or are we setting up in the
Good
middle?
idea.
I guess.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think against one wall makes more sense so that we've got
It's one less
somewhere.
avenue to be attacked from.
And
Yeah.
with the wall, you can lean against it if you want to read a book.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is an option.
I don't think I brought any books.
I've never read any books.
I'm not going to say anything horrible. I'm not saying anything horrible. I walked
Be
away.
nice, be positive, be nice, be positive.
Okay.
Is there stuff around that looks like it will potentially... What, is it cold down here?
It's sheltered, and there is a hot spring in the room, so there's moisture in the air, but it's warm.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we won't have to worry about fire, we can just live by light.
Yeah.
Unless people want to cook things.
We don't
Okay.
need a campfire. It would probably just give away our position more than the light already does.
There are also a number of glowing fungi in the room that light up the cavern without the need for your light spell.
Okay.
So, dispel it so we blend in a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. She'll drop it.
Not that a tent in the middle of this room, I think, will.
It gives each of them give off light 15 feet and then 15 feet of dim light further out.
Is
It's pretty
there
good.
a corner we can set up in that is darker so that we can see the lit up space?
Make
Have the tent
that
hidden
is-
in a darkened corner?
make me a stealth check.
Oh, here we go. Or not.
You think you've got a corner.
Can anyone else do that? If
You're-
I've discussed
you're
that
super
idea
confident.
with them?
If anybody else would like to question Pyralus's choice of corner, one other person can make me a stealth check.
Not me. I have to make it with disadvantage.
Not this
I'm
one.
just gonna trust.
Yay!
Pyralus has pointed out that you are actually setting up in one of the brighter corners of the room. And Malzare points out that this corner of the room is actually far superior, as is Malzare themselves. Far superior to everybody else.
Cool.
Just like, I mean, I know your pathetic little eyes couldn't see it, but mine.
And so you set the tents up.
Over there.
Cool.
Over there, and
Okay.
you do whatever preparations you prep for the evening. Who is
I'd
taking?
probably say some prayers to Akadi.
Who is taking first watch?
I shouldn't. The whole not seeing thing. I probably shouldn't be on watch.
Tough. You said it now.
Well, too bad he shouldn't have fucking volunteered.
who can see particularly well and has a decent perception that can combat how?
I have a decent perception. It's just we're in a place where that doesn't help me. It's dark.
Gawain also does not have dark vision, so is in basically
Brilliant.
the same sort of situation as How is.
So they're not going together then.
Woo.
Just me and Gawain, like, everything's fine. Like, there's an army 20 feet away from us, sharpening their pitchforks.
How have they not noticed us yet?
There's actually a group of
Surface
equally blind people 20 feet away, and they're like, thank God we're safe.
I mean, that one even has his feet up on Dave.
Poor Dave.
It's kind of comfy,
Thanks.
actually.
Dave is very comfortable.
You keep saying that, Dave.
Okay, so who is taking
Dave's
first
just happy
watch?
to have friends.
Who is taking first watch with the blind How?
I'm happy to. If no one else wants to.
No, I'm not babysitting him.
Well, that's Malzore's opinions done and sorted.
For the record, it wouldn't be babysitting because I'm not a baby. I am a grown-up. So, really, you're stupid.
Worthless, therefore you're a baby.
I have spiritual worth.
Pyrolus,
Hello.
as you begin your watch,
Yeah.
could you make me a nature check, please?
Oh, I'm good at that.
Do I have to do it or can Hal do it?
Apparently, I think it's something more that Pyrolus would know, but I will let How take it as well.
Or should we both roll and just see what happens?
Both roll and
Let's do
see
it.
what happens.
Brilliant.
Well, now,
Apparently, the first thing that
Okay. So yes, I did know.
happens is Amy vanishes.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
apparently,
not gonna go. I'm not playing anymore because it's really just fucking up.
okay,
Language.
go kick your sister.
No, I just, to be honest, I really want to, just because she's the closest.
just barge into the room and drop kick her.
All right. Just a question.
Defenestrate her.
Mm.
Are the 21 days gonna be finished by the time this session is done, or will we still be continuing?
It seems unlikely that they are going to be done this session.
It's
That's
taken us
fine.
half an hour to do one day.
That's
If
the point.
if the 21 days do by some miracle happen all this evening, you can do a flashback next time.
Okay, well, make sure they don't anyway, so yeah, bye.
Okay, bye.
Don't worry, I will derail us as much as humanly possible.
Oh, thank you. I actually love Hal. Like, as much as Malzray hates him, I love him. Just saying.
He's an adorable blue boy.
The good little blueberry. Okay, bye.
Speak to you soon, Amy.
I'll be the first to say, curse you, internet. Anyway.
I will
Yeah.
follow
I'll
you
just-
up with similar.
I was going to say, God, I'm glad that bitch is gone. But yeah, curse you, internet.
Pyrolus.
That's my name.
You look around at the mushrooms.
I could get so high on these.
If they're moving, I'm going to be so happy.
The grey green mushrooms that Hal tried to start a conversation with. You remember back to your books of wildlife and flora,
Ooh, yeah.
and these are Trillimac mushrooms.
Right.
The caps of these mushrooms can be dried to a leather-like consistency and used for simple crafting. And you remember a recipe that called for the stalk of the mushroom that can be cleaned and soaked in water and makes a bread-like substance.
A soggy bread-like substance.
Vaguely soggy bread. Made of mushroom.
Everyone's favourite.
The 2-foot tall mushrooms,
Yeah.
of which there are many in the room.
Yeah.
That-
Why did I get the image of John trying to count on his fingers and just go, many?
That very descriptive many in the room are called tin mask mushrooms. They are orange and red toadstools. If they are uprooted or destroyed, they burst, flinging forth poisonous spores in a 15-foot radius.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Pi will
So I
be pointing these out to Hal as she's sort of looking around and spotting them.
Okay.
Hal can't see them because it's pitch fucking black.
There will be some that are close to us, close enough to see.
There are some that are in the light of the night lights, which are the
Hal is just
glowing mushrooms.
Hal is absolutely enraptured by this. She's like, wow. I just know a lot about the wind.
Yeah, I'm full of all sorts of really random knowledge, apparently.
It's really cool though. I know that if you focus your breath correctly, you can push objects.
I feel like that's probably more of a you thing for distance than I can.
Could you make me a Pyrolis, could you make me a perception check with advantage for Hal's assistance?
Hal's looking
Whatever.
really like,
I don't see anyone. There's a monster here.
good job I had
my God.
advantage on
Oh
that.
boy.
That was close.
I do love just how very clear Roll20 makes it. Like, this is what it could have been.
Enjoy what that was.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm just going to stop the stream a second. I'm out of heroes.
No.
Pour one out for a homie.
Just a moment's silence.
Just wanted to make sure it was empty before I actually poured anything out on my desk.
I just like the idea that you did that and then there was just like a spark and the webcam just goes black.
Boom.
And then there were two.
So what am I seeing, John? What am I seeing?
You get a couple of hours into your watch and you and Hal are just having quiet discussions about various flora and fauna.
Look at these mushrooms.
And the wind.
I like to think Hal's just sat there with like Ember on his lap, just completely entranced, listening and just stroking him repeatedly.
And
Hal is a very attentive student.
And a couple of hours into the watch, just past the halfway point of your watch, you can hear the footsteps of 9 medium humanoid-sized people walking up the entrance, the exit way to the path from the way that you came in.
So not the way we came in.
Not the way you came in, the way that you would be planning to leave the cavern.
Okay.
That was a really weird way of saying that.
That was an incredibly bad way of saying that.
My
That
brain
was a-
just tried to implode for a bit then.
That was about as backwards as you could possibly have said that thing.
Like, my brain is dying today, and even I was like, what?
There are 9 people heading into the cavern from the entrance that you didn't enter through. And 1 very large set of footsteps behind them.
Okie dokes.
Drown in the dungeon!
She
Oh,
will
no.
nudge How to be very quiet and wake the others while she continues to watch.
Howl and try to be very quiet and wake the others, I guess.
Okay.
Could I use my gust ability? Because I can use gust as a cantrip, but just blow a bunch of wind at them to try and wake them up.
You can try that. Sean, make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay, perception check with disadvantage. Perception 7.
So you send a gust of wind blowing over Calderax, and he just kind of brushes his face and rolls over.
Damn it, boy! Then yeah, I will just walk over there and I'll sneak over there.
Sneaky,
Just
sneaky.
like,
We're pretty
Hey.
close by anyway, but you know.
hey.
Calderax, you are awakened.
And I put my hand over his mouth, like, so he doesn't like go, what the fuck, or anything like that. It's immediately like, no.
It's more of the other one. You need to do that too.
I know, but I'm just doing you first. And I'm just like super, like, uncomfortably close to him. I was like, there are people outside.
Literally, like, just face to face, like.
You smell like cinnamon. And then I walk away. Then
One.
I go to the...
1, back the fuck up. 2, okay.
Then I go over to Malzere. And I do the same. Hand on mouth, wake up. I probably get punched in the face, but you know.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
There are people out there.
Okay.
Then we wait.
And then I go over to Gawain and I just like hold his beak shut.
You
And I
get
wake him up
punched.
as well. Oh, Gawain, buddy.
Why did you hold my beak shut?
Because there are people outside. I need you to be quiet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I punched you, buddy.
That's okay. I've been punched before.
Yeah, but I'm like really strong.
So
I just look at him and I'm just like, I've been punched by stronger.
Technically accurate.
Very accurate. I'm a monk. All my training was being punched. So
Okay. Could you all make me stealth checks, please?
oh boy.
Walls.
that's pretty good. I'll take that. Oh no. You let me down.
I've been making crappy rolls so far this entire session. And mine's
your
like
na-
one at advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say your nature roll was great, as was your perception.
I'll just quickly do my stealth roll.
How do I make Ember do a stealth roll?
It would be a dex check.
Well,
They just go up to Ember. Oh, how come you're down here this far? You must have got lost. We'll help you back out.
I doubt.
I'm just
anything-
like, leave him alone!
I doubt.
Ah!
I think they would go. Looks tasty.
Did. Yeah, they'd be like, dinner.
Depends who it is.
Look at the adorable meal.
Looks like
Unless
meat's back on the
somehow-
menu, boys.
I think unless somehow we're being approached by a lot of land-based flumps, we're not, they're not gonna not want to eat that.
Can't be.
I want there to be land-based flumps from now on.
Just ones that can't float anymore. They're just like.
I just, but.
So, after a short period of time, 9 orcs enter the room.
Yeah, they're gonna
no.
eat. They're gonna eat the box.
And they glance around the room. Or-
Good place to camp.
The leader glances.
There's a really dark place in that corner there. Perfect for a camp spot.
The leader glances round the room and starts ordering the orcs to go and harvest bits of
Mushrooms and such.
Trillimac, and he orders some to gather up the spores from the large zirkwood, and he orders some to fill the water skins from the fresh spring.
Does he tell anyone to harvest the ones that explode?
He does not.
Okay, good, because Hal would definitely have warned him if he had.
Don't do that one!
Yeah, literally. I really think Hal would go like, oh no, that one explodes when you. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
He does not. He seems like it seems like they know what they're doing, and they do like spread out, and two of them go and start fill up the wines. I keep saying wineskins. The water skins at the
John's a
It's
drunk,
wine river,
everybody.
John.
at the Babbling Brook.
Like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but for alcoholic.
Oh yeah.
3 of them start harvesting some Trillimac. 3 of them start harvesting some Zirkwood. And you just all kind of pull back into the darkness in the corner of the room
Just hold your breath.
and just observe.
I can do that forever.
And they spend about half an hour or so restocking. And there are a few
Like-
times that they start to head over to the corner of the room that you're in.
Do they seem friendly?
No.
Okay.
And then they just head out.
Did we see what the big dude was? You said there was an extra big set of footsteps.
And as they
Yeah.
leave the room, an ogre...
Because John remembered.
No, he was waiting outside. An
Very
ogre...
polite.
An ogre crosses the room with them and goes down the tunnel behind them.
Once they're definitely out of earshot, I will nudge Malzere and say, yeah, this was definitely a better corner to choose.
I told you.
I'm pretty sure they were digging mushrooms from the corner you suggested.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It would have been a fun corner. We could have made new friends.
I found an online they would have been friends. Good night.
Excuse me. And good night.
Calrac just has a switch.
You just woke him up from his beauty sleep. He needs more.
Honey, you need a lot more than beauty sleep.
A few more hours pass, and Hal and Pyrolis head...
Calvarax is beautiful. Oh, right, sorry.
Kaldax is beautiful. Yeah. You know how many people he slept with just in this game alone?
Pyrolis and Hal head to sleep, and Malzere and Calderax wake up and take their watch.
John.
Wearing a different glove doesn't count as a new person.
He has slept with a lot of people in this game.
Literally the
He has.
majority of a village. Right?
That's impressive.
Most of Fandalen.
That's
I have
not
had
even
sex with a small
exaggerating.
township.
A large number of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't tell Hal this. You'll scar the boy.
What's that? I'll scar. Anyway,
Didn't
you
we,
take
didn't we
Hal
even figure out some teleporting them back again sort of set up at one point?
I believe it was discussed.
So there's no walk of shame, it's just teleport of shame.
They just appear in the middle of the village again, just slightly dishevelled. Anyway, so you say it's my watch next,
It is your watch.
and mine and whose?
Well, you can take Malzere or you can take Hal. Not Hal. Hal needs sleep. Gawain.
I would presume Gawain would be the better option due to him not having dark vision. So, yeah.
Okay. Then do you want to roll me perception at advantage?
Okay. 13, not great. The orcs come back. I could have sworn I saw something in that corner.
Wait, I know what you're saying. No, Dave, I swear there wasn't anything there. Look, I told you, I saw it.
One of the orcs realizes they left their wallet behind.
I need that to get in the clubs later. It's got my ID in it.
They walk back through and like one of them's, I'm sorry we got kicked out. I knew I should have worn shoes.
You knew there was a dress code, Dave. Why didn't you wear smart Why didn't you wear smart shoes? Always trainers with you, mate.
Look, they're comfortable. Okay.
Your watch passes with no interruption.
Not even a fun orc discussion about shoes.
Not even a fun orc discussion about their shoes.
Just looking around.
Gawain will talk to you about flying.
Gawain will talk to you about nothing because he's dumb as a stump. He'll be like, so, how do you like things?
I've got an idea, Gawain. We're gonna play the quiet game.
Oh, I'm really good at the quiet game. Like, my friends always say, Gawain, you're the best at the quiet game. The quiet game with you, Gawain, goes on for ages. Because, Gawain, you're the best at the quiet game. Because, quite frankly, have you ever played me at the quiet game? Because I am really good at the quiet game.
Why would you practice the quiet game?
Alright, okay, you go first. I'll let you practice. Then I'll practice.
I don't need practice. I need to see your chops at the quiet game. If you can be quiet for the next. Ooh.
Oh, but I don't want to give away my secrets because I'm really good at the quiet game, and I can't have somebody else coming on and taking my skills and my championship title at the quiet game.
Well,
and so your watch passes like this.
There's one way, very simply, to do this.
I forgot you had that. Love it.
So for the first 10 minutes of it, I'm just doing this fucking thing.
Then silence will wear off at the end, and he'll go, "See, I'm real good."
Told you, nailed it.
Anyway, your watch passes without any other complications, and you reckon it's probably morning?
Maybe?
But again, you probably slept the right amount of time, because none of you have the keen mind feat, thankfully.
See, I don't remember, but Caleb, he remembers, so...
But you wake up and you feel like you've slept enough.
Great.
What would you like to do in the morning?
How would... What did you say?
Kick everyone awake.
How probably gets up, does his morning prayers. But I'd probably get a bit sad actually because there's no wind, and that disheartens me greatly.
I would be getting straight up and harvesting some of the stuff that she knows is safe, and
Okay.
she will have told the others at some point during the night what she understands about the exploding ones and not to touch them.
Sensible.
But she'll
I
be
really want to poke one.
keeping an ear out to
I just want to give it a little boop.
Does Pi know know what kind of radius their spore explosion is, by the way?
John did say it was 15 feet.
I said that about the light.
Yeah.
No, you said the spores explode out in 15 feet.
Did I? Yeah, it's about 15 feet.
Well, I mean, like, you could throw a rock at them when we leave.
Yes.
Just at the point you throw the rock, the orcs are just, oh no, let's go.
What a lovely day to be really nice people.
Oh, thank goodness we did so well at the child's orphanage.
Yeah. On to another day of helping homeless children find lovely homes to live in.
Have you got that basket of kittens, Ralph? Oh, I've got a basket.
I can't believe someone would throw away a whole armful of puppies.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I would like to do some harvesting.
Okay, you...
I need to make that as a character.
Well, just the really...
Like a paladin, Oath of Redemption paladin who's an orc.
Well, I used to kill people all the time, and then I just thought, I could do better.
I could do better than that.
I'll kill people that deserve it.
Anyway, John, continue.
Pyrolus, you harvest... How many rations do you guys all have?
I've got
Oh,
10
that's a super duper question. Where will I even find that?
I think most of you are going to have 10.
items.
There's an items bit. Oh yeah, there it is. I have 10 rations.
I don't see rations on mine at all.
Oh yeah, and you will
Did you eat
starve.
them all?
I can create food and water, remember?
So you're just like, fuck this, I'm not carrying any of this.
Yeah,
Make
I
my
think...
own.
I think for Malzray and Calderax, they just have the pack rather than the rations that are in the pack,
Okay.
which is helpful.
They ate them all on an earlier adventure.
You harvest about 3 rations worth of Trilmac mushroom bread.
Okay.
Ugh.
So you can tap your rations up to 13.
Cool.
Whoop whoop.
And what was the other one? The crafting?
The crafting one was the Trilmac cap you craft with, and the Trilmac
Yeah, so-
stem makes bread.
She would grab a bit of that as well, probably, just in case they need to do any repairs of some kind on the road.
Okay.
She'd be practical like that.
Does seem pretty practical.
What should we call this? Mushroom leather.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's really good to carry around because it doesn't take up much room in your pack. No puns allowed.
Okay.
No, that's not the page I want. Oh, that is the page I want.
Anyone else up to anything?
I am going to make myself beautiful.
Yeah, how has stripped down to his underwear to do his praying. And that's when that's when he gets most dismayed about the lack of the wind because he can't feel it on his skin anymore.
That's fair.
He's the windy boy.
Does Gowan understand that? Can he is it insight that? Perceive that?
I will... Let me try and do an insight check with him to see if he works out that you are upset. He is proficient in insight.
The thing is, it's not the fact that there's no air, it's the fact there's no wind, there's no breeze, no whoosh.
Whoosh.
Yeah, I think that's too nuanced for him to notice with an 11.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's Ember doing?
Ember's going Bork.
Ember.
Ember's found a bug to chase. Teeny tiny bug.
I'm gonna chase this bug.
That's really why you wore the shirt, isn't it?
Like 80% is I wore the shirt because of the fact that Ember was here.
You continue to travel through the Underdark for a further 5 days, or 4 days now.
12 days. 18.
4 further days pass. Each night you find somewhere quiet to set up camp. A dark, secluded corner of a dark cavern in the dark.
With dark.
It's
in the dark.
It's very
Quite
dark.
dark.
Is Calderax going to continue being your leader for Phase 2?
I don't mind.
It's worked out so far.
I volunteer.
Then he's volunteered.
Do you want to support in that role?
I
No, he's volunteered.
How?
yeah.
Make me a survival check.
Cool. I'm only like half paying attention to the map because I'm just going where it feels right.
You
Just
can
follow
make it
that
at
course.
disadvantage if you like.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
I'm playing true to my character. That's all that matters in D&D.
You set off and you wander, and you glance at the map because you know that that's vaguely what you're meant to be following, but you generally just kind of wander where you feel like, and you take the path that you feel the wind is leading you towards, and occasionally there is like a whistling wind down the cavernous corridors.
A breath of something. We don't know what it was, but it was a breath.
That's the point. It was a breath.
Calderax and Malzere, yes.
Malzarak and Calderay.
Could us both make perception checks?
Perception.
Perception and outrage. What they're noticing is that we've just been walking in a circle.
On day 5 of Hal leading the group, you realise that you've passed some of the landmarks that you were passing before. And on day 6 of Hal leading the group, you realise that you're passing some of the landmarks that you've passed before.
Hi.
Has Sean's webcam...
I hope you're fully aware. I am telling Amy all of this.
Oh no!
Has Sean's webcam gone away for anybody else?
This is what I do.
Yeah, actually, Sean's webcam has gone from me.
Is Sean aware that Sean's webcam has disappeared?
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
no, I can hear that you've just said it, so I'm reloading.
Okay.
I don't know. She might not be aware.
She might be aware.
I was
Wolf.
just wondering if there was a reason for it, like you turned it off to go do stuff that you don't want us to see, or what?
Nope.
What do you think
Is it
she's
that?
doing? Nope.
I don't
No,
know,
no,
like going to get
wait.
snacks or something?
It's back on the stream, but I can't see it on my screen.
You're beginning to lose track of time as you wander endlessly through the dark. A clamber up a rocky, rough slope emerges into a 30-foot tall, 6-foot wide, single-file tunnel with a pleasant surprise. Light. Fist-sized, oblong crystals protrude from the walls, lit from within by some unknown force, providing a brightly lit lane to travel by.
These are so pretty! I immediately go to look at them.
Does it look like they've been set out in a certain way?
They
Or
appear
they
to be
just
naturally
going
forming.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm immediately going over there and being like, these are so cool!
Essentially, how is a moth?
I approach cautiously. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Approaching cautiously.
They're super bright.
Could I get a marching order, please?
I've run in, so I'm probably at the front.
So Hal at the front.
Several miles ahead is how.
Yeah. That's
Gawain will
accurate.
probably be fairly close.
So I'd probably be middle back.
Ember is safe and secure and nothing will happen to him.
What's that? He's following right behind you.
What's that? Hal Ember is right in front of Hal.
What's that? He's already on fire?
How wide is this cave at this point, by the way?
Single file. It's about 6 to 8 foot wide.
So Malzere, it would be struggling.
Having a great
at this
time.
point.
Really chuffed.
Malzere is just having a great old day.
And at this point, I need to look up a thing.
It's a lady's dress.
Yes.
You just turned to like Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire, but like summoning a demon. Oh, hello, dearie! You're here for the human sacrifice.
No, don't play it, dear.
Yeah, I still can't see anyone else's cameras.
Weird.
Oh, John's rolling secret stuff. I mean, what? No, I can't see what the GM is rolling. Don't look at my second monitor. Just gonna.
Would you guys
Nah.
like to make me a perception?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Would you guys like to make me a perception check, please?
Oh, I don't have disadvantage, but
I'll take the
first
19.
rolls- Yeah. Thank you.
Nah.
Okay.
I always forget to turn disadvantage and advantage off with this.
Perception. Yay!
What
Good,
is that for?
good job, Malzere.
And then we've got one more.
Less good job, Gawain.
Still better than counteraxe.
Malzere, Pyrolis, and Hal. You look down the corridor, and as you're taking in the strange sight of the glowing crystals, and finally, after a great many days of being in the darkness, enjoying a little bit of light, you look up. And
That's the worst place to look.
you're
This is a
regretting.
mouth.
You're regretting the decision. As floating above this corridor are 3 creatures that appear to be exposed brains with beaks and tentacles.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Michael thinks he knows what these are.
I know what they are.
Pi, having seen that Cal and Gowan haven't noticed, will nudge them and tell them and point it out without making
we-
a sound.
I was gonna say, does it look like that they've noticed us?
They have noticed you.
Okay.
And I'm going to use this spectator for the token because I don't happen to have the right token.
A token for a gibbering brain monster.
Yeah, I'm lacking. But that should be that number. That's not a number.
Exactly.
Can you just attack them with a particularly big gust and like smash them against the walls?
It's a gun.
Because I was thinking of thunder waving upwards actually.
Could you guys?
Which is similar to your plan. Because I can spend I think I can spend key points to do it at a more powerful level as well.
Why do you not have initiative on here? Oh,
I
you
do.
rolled really well.
Da, 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 da.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
we're
you're all
rolling
initiative.
Yes, sorry,
Once again, you got distracted.
I thought I said most of the words.
good 6.
I'm gonna write 12. All right.
Well, so far they've got 17. Can the other one keep his 0?
Okay, no.
I asked nicely. You bastard.
Of course, one of them is the first. Of course they are. Of course they are.
Also, I haven't yet rolled for Malzare.
Oh, no, you haven't rolled the other two yet, so maybe.
It's fine. Guys, we didn't need our brains.
Well, someone doesn't need their brain.
Is it you?
Mister, let's go on a fucking scenic tour of the Underdark.
Hey, did we not have a good time? So.
No!
Hey, for all you know, if we hadn't gotten lost, we wouldn't have found these cool crystal things.
I wouldn't have found the horrible brain monsters. Yeah, we would have done.
Hey, so good news. The gibbering brain monsters aren't first, it's Ember.
Oh, great!
What's that?
I hate
You
you.
want to attack them first?
So Ember is going to do what Ember does
Going
when
to
there's
hide.
danger, and run straight at it.
That is not what Ember does.
Ember runs away and hides behind Pyrolus.
Ember is.
That is that is what Ember does.
Yes.
For a wild animal, this thing's pretty fucking wussy.
Not a wild
It's a
animal. It's a.
wild.
Yeah, it's been trained.
Tame.
Yeah,
It's been trained since it was a cub.
Yep.
still,
She's
fox.
had it since a baby.
I've seen foxes when they've been raised with baby. They're still vicious little fuckers.
They are. That is very true. However, screw you! Stop trying to get my baby killed.
What is the range on Vicious Mockery?
That is my son.
Vicious mockery. I should be. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, it must be more than 45 feet,
I
right?
would have thought.
So are they
So-
still above us at this point?
Yeah, they're floating down to attack because Hao is charging towards them and the ambush they had set.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't charged towards them. I was charged towards the adorable crystals, which now you've thrown the word ambush in there. Yeah, I get it.
Vicious mockery is 60 feet.
Cool.
Loads of room.
So I would like my brain monsters to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Are they feeling wise?
No. And so, Malzare looks up and just hurls an insult at the beaked brain monster. And the beaked brain monster goes, "Oh, you hurt my feelings."
Oh, you stupid little bastard!
And then my beaked brain monster is going to float down. What's the
It doesn't
range?
have to. It can stay up there.
It can choose the way of peace and prosperity.
It floats over here towards Hao
Uh-oh.
and reaches out with its tentacles.
No.
That is a 12 to hit.
That is a miss, boss.
And then it will peck you with its beak.
That's just rude.
That's just adding insult to injury.
That is a 22 to hit.
Also no.
So that does hit, because you have a 17.
Unfortunately, we can see your face now. So.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
So that is 7 points of damage.
That's an ouchie.
As it pecks you. It pecks you real good.
Did a pick on you, boy.
Well, I'm gonna pick you.
Pyrolus.
Hello.
Hello.
What distance are we at?
There are floating brain monsters currently pecking your
Yeah.
pal.
Pecking your pal, how?
Whether, yeah, exactly that. Is that first one close enough to Witch Bolt? Should we do that?
Which boat?
What's
Which bolt?
that? So that's on here, isn't it?
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So I can. That's 30-foot range. So he's that first one.
That
is
first
range.
one
It'd just be a rage.
is just out of range. It's 35 feet.
Well, I will shuffle past.
That is now in range.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to get past that? Sorry.
That hits.
Wow.
Wow.
Brain monsters suck.
So that strikes it with a reddish lightning strike from the center of your hammer.
Yarp.
Yorp.
And I think that's me done, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. This one floats over the top of Hal and will strike out with its beak attack against one of the crystals in the wall.
Uh-oh.
And as it strikes the crystal, there is a brilliant light pulse from it. Can I have a saving throw from everybody but a Constitution saving throw from everybody but Hal?
Constitution saving throw.
Everyone but Hal and Ember, I think you meant to say.
No, including him.
I'll hurt you. I need the boy to be safe. No!
So Ember and Malzere fail the saving throw, which means they are both blinded.
Okay.
Oh, I am so yawny, I do apologise.
The next
Ever.
turn or
For a while.
Save ends or...
We shall see.
Okay.
Don't like the sound of that, John.
I would assume minutes, but I don't know.
If Amy's left, we've blinded her character when she gets back. She's gonna be so angry.
I'm sorry, Amy, we Dalnorixed you.
You actually will murder John.
Calderax.
It'll probably be during stream, just so everyone could see what you
Oh,
do.
that's
knows
cool.
where John lives.
So
Who doesn't know where John lives? We've all been to the orgies.
You haven't.
Let's have a
I
I
like
didn't invite you to those, Michael.
I like how that was his thing. It wasn't like, I don't have them. It's like, you didn't come.
You didn't jump to the orgy. Right. Well, that is utterly worthless against these things because, from what I remember, they don't have eyes, or they don't seem to.
They don't seem to have eyes.
So that's rubbish. We've got Beacon of Hope, which isn't really going to help us here. So let's go for a good old guiding bolt up the wazoo.
On the closest one to you, or...
How far can I go? I think like feet, isn't it? Yeah, 120 feet. So, fuck it. Let's go for the one who just struck that fucking crystal.
Okay, that's the closest one to you.
So
Roll.
14?
Will hit.
And I shall do it at... I'm going to do it at second level. That much damage.
So that would be 16 points of damage.
Would be.
And it is now vaguely glowing.
It has a person has advantage on it, even though technically they have advantage on it anyway.
It is Gawin's go.
Go on, Gwyn, kick his fucking head in.
And Gawin would like to rage.
Oh, we're gonna get mushrooms again or something.
Man, we're gonna get shrooms.
Taking a shortcut.
Where's me thing that I need to roll?
Dunno.
Not a clue.
Could be.
Have you checked up your butt?
Have you checked your butt?
Detect magic reserves as a rage, sentinel attack. Oh, where's... Features and traits, there we go.
I'm
Wild Surge. So, Gawin flies into a rage and...
Flies.
There is a burst. There is a burst of energy out from him up to 30 feet.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
That's kind of everyone but Malzory, I think.
That is everyone.
Oh no, yep, literally everyone.
Why do we bring the poisony bird man along?
Could everybody take 6 points of damage, please?
No.
I don't want to, John.
So
I'd like
6. I have taken my damage.
me too.
6 and 6 and...
I am so sorry about my constant yawning.
So that's 6, 12, 18... No, wait, 6, 12, 18, 24, 48.
What's this? Just hit with a lot of numbers.
Wait, how much damage did we take?
Well, you took 6 each. So he gains 48 temporary hit points.
Jesus. Imagine.
And then he's going to swing with advantage against the guy stood in front of him. With last resort at advantage. And that hits. And then, because he can attack again, he will attack again. And that will also hit. How?
Now, brown cow.
Hang on a minute.
Is there a...
Carry on.
What were we waiting for?
I forgot to play the music.
Oh, okay. Is there a way that I could punch one of them and also get the others like in a 15-foot cube per se?
At the moment, you would catch Gawain in the 15-foot cube.
Well, he's now got 40 odd temporary hit points.
Yeah,
He'll-
exactly.
He'll probably
He's got
be
a
fine.
buff. Yeah. So if I was to punch one of them, I
I
could.
really want to know how this looks on
Thunder Wave.
stream.
Because Thunder Wave. How do I just share the spell so people can read it? Is that a thing that's possible?
No.
Okay. Thunder Wave. The cube originates out from you,
Yep.
so if I were to punch the one directly in front of me, I could get the one behind him, or is he too high up? What would it work out?
No, he would be in the space.
Cool. So I'm gonna punch the guy in front of me.
Okay.
With my air bursts because style points.
That will hit. So that's the one in front of you takes 5.
And then I do it again. I crit.
Nah, that doesn't hit.
No, does it? No. Damn. What a shame.
No, they're immune to crits.
Are you kidding? I don't like you. You said that with such conviction, I almost believe you.
Your damn critical hit, John.
I'm then going to spend 2 key points and cast. I could spend more actually, because if I spend more, I do it at a higher level. So I currently.
Gwyn's not liking the sound of that.
He won't get hit by it. It's 15 foot in front of me, so it's literally the 2.
Oh, right, okay. Gwyn doesn't mind then.
It's this one and this one. Yeah, I'll spend a 3rd key point to do it at 2nd level.
Okay.
And I just blammo at 2nd level. So they have to make Constitution. No, is it they have to make some form of saving throws.
That is a con save. And one of them misses, and the other one makes it. So the one at the back takes...
it's a DC 14.
Yeah, one of them rolled a 13, so he takes 17 points of damage.
Good.
And the other one takes half of that, which is 8 points of damage.
Good.
And then it is the other one's turn. And the other one is going to move up to here and attempt to tentacle attack How.
He could not, though, and that would be cool.
And he rolls a 17.
That is my armor class.
So you are hit, and you take 10 points of piercing damage.
That's so much damage. Ow.
And then, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
No.
No, you can't.
I could not.
You are poisoned for 1 minute.
Well,
And while poisoned in this way, you are also paralyzed.
Oh, goody.
well.
Thank you so much. It's really nice of you.
And you are technically also grappled.
Oh, great.
And restrained.
Everything is coming up Millhouse.
Grappled and restrained.
Why both? Pick one, you losers.
Um,
By the way, I'm dying.
but it can't reach you with its beak.
Oh no! What a shame.
So it is now Ember's go.
Ember, no.
What's that? You're going to run into attack because Hal's been incapacitated?
Because Daddy's in danger.
Malzere is...
Technically, you wouldn't be able to get very far because he's blind anyway.
That's a good
Just
point.
runs in, he's like, runs into a wall.
With disadvantage,
Kills
because Malzere is blinded, Malzere pulls out the crossbow and takes aim for where one of the brain creatures had been the last time Malzere saw it.
Twang.
And hits it,
Damn!
and
He kicks ass even when Amy's not here.
does a lot of damage to it,
So,
and
a lot of damage.
still is blinded. This spectre, not spectre, this one that isn't a spectator,
Hang on.
5,
Yes.
10, 15, 20.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to attack Gwen or Pyrolus?
Roll it.
Well, one's already attacking Gwen, so Pyrolus.
This monster is definitely not a Grell.
Yeah, definitely not a growl.
100%.
150%
with him flying through
Grells here.
and me having a witch bolt going?
Um,
Because the witch bolt is a continued.
you were targeting a different one, though, weren't you?
Yeah, but surely that's firing straight out in front of me, and
It-
he is now stood where that was.
It is floating over you. It floats.
I always understood it that it kind of just wraps around the particular creature.
A beam of crackling energy lances out towards a creature. Maybe.
It's flying over the crackling bolt of energy and whips out its tentacles at you and rolls a 20 to hit.
Well, shit.
I'm going to go ahead and say that did hit. It deals 6 points of piercing damage to you.
That went down on its own. Did you change that somewhere?
I did it on D&D Beyond, which might do it on the token.
Beyond.
Okay, that's fine. I'll stop touching it.
And
Finally,
then,
sex tape.
and then could you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Gonna go with a no, but we're gonna go.
That's a pretty good one.
You are fine. You are not poisoned, but
Okay.
you are grappled.
Okay.
So
Lucky duck.
it wraps its tentacle around you.
Oh no, I've seen this hentai!
And so Pyrolus is grappled and restrained.
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Caldrax merely thought,
Okay.
oh no, not again.
Meanwhile,
So
it
far, everyone's being attacked by these things.
it is in range to beak you,
Oh god.
and so it strikes out with a 16 to hit your armor class.
Nope. I got a 19.
It bonks on your armor, just boom. Oh,
Just tears a hole in my shirt and finds the armor underneath.
finds armor in there. And then Pyrolus, it is your go.
So,
I'm gonna kick the shit out of some horrible beaky bastard.
what can I do given that I'm grappled?
You can still do. You can still do anything you would normally do. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0.
Right.
And basically, because you are also restrained, you cannot benefit from any bonuses to speed. You also attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. But you can roll to get out of it.
But it is your action to try and get out of it, isn't it?
I believe it would be your action to try and get out of it.
I don't know.
I just don't know anymore!
So the grapple will be over if the creature that is grappling you is killed.
Yeah, I'm just reading through. Choose a creature from the temple to gain advantage on attack rolls. So you said I'd be at disadvantage.
You would be at disadvantage to hit it or anyone.
So if I did the vow of I can do, if I can get, use a bonus action, you can choose a creature within 10 foot and gain advantage on attack rolls against it.
Yep,
That would bring me back to a normal attack
correct.
for 1 minute. So if I do that, what do I have to drop down to do that? That's paladin thing. That one.
So that would be Channel Divinity.
Oh yeah, so let's drop that down. I've never used this before. This is fun. And I am going to two-handed warhammer it.
That's
Destroy it.
Attempt.
that does not hit, unfortunately.
Well, knackers.
Kill me.
Well, this thing will happily oblige in a few minutes.
Yep, this is my theory.
So this one is going to try and grapple Gawain.
That also ends the Sparky do on the other one, by the way.
Yes.
Not the Sparky do.
That's what it's going to be known as from now on, Sparky do.
Sparky do.
It's my least favourite of the Scooby, Scrappy, and Sparky Doos.
Unfortunately, Gawain is also caught by the tentacles.
We're going to be killed by these things.
Box.
Yeah.
But
TPK. TPK.
he does roll high enough to not be poisoned, so he is just grappled and restrained.
If I could get to Hal, I'd heal him, but there's a whole bunch of people in the way.
Yeah, we've got a queue.
Take a number and they'll be right with you.
So it does also manage to beak him.
Anyone got any ranged healing?
I do.
That's alright.
Are you going to use it? Or...
Calderax.
I don't know how unhealthy Hal is looking at present.
Oh, incredibly, for the record.
Pretty unhealthy.
Yeah, on a scale from 1 to 45, I would say I'm about a 22.
So, first of all, am I able to kind of shifty forward enough to be able to touch this one?
Ooh.
Not necessarily in my turn
Well,
there.
It will be grappling
It is
around
wrapped
these.
around Pyrolus.
Yeah.
Doesn't answer my question.
So yes,
So I can get
you
within
can
range to...
you can reach out and touch the tentacles that are sort of wrapped around the back of Pyrolus.
Okay, good. Second question. Do I get advantage because Birdman's there? No, I wouldn't do because he's now grappled, isn't he?
He is now grappled.
So,
Damn it.
fuck that guy. So I just have no... So, let's first of all do the following. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're sucking some.
Oh,
there you are.
Michael,
Well,
I just noticed something.
What?
Ember didn't take the damage. So there we go. That Ember is now at 1 hit point.
I noticed that immediately and didn't say anything.
I assumed you possibly had. That
I even messaged Sean about it, and I was like, Ember was definitely in range of that.
that does hit.
Well,
That
alright
does
then.
hit.
So yes, fuck this thing in particular with that.
So those numbers look like
good
they're more
numbers.
numbers than the 2 hit points it has remaining.
Yes.
And so there's just a
I want to make
burst.
sure this fucker's dead.
burst of necrotic energy around Pyrolis, and the tentacles just all evaporate.
And then,
That
Oh,
is far
yeah.
better. Thank you.
for my next trick, I shall...
And Pyrolis is no longer restrained and grappled, because there is
So-
now nothing left.
What level do I want to do this at? Let's do it at the fucking high. So 14 healing
For how?
for how?
Thank you.
14 heal.
Somehow, despite the fact he's paralysed, he just breathed a little bit easier that time.
Oh, your turn!
Gawain will swing at the creature currently grappling it,
Gwynlow,
Uh,
sweet
but with
cherry.
disadvantage. Misses. Swings again. Misses.
Also misses.
Really wanted to roll an 11.
Clearly.
How? You are paralyzed. At the end of your turn, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Hopefully it's better. No, it's
No.
exactly the same.
You are still paralyzed.
That's great.
And at this point, the creature pulls... Actually, no. It doesn't pull itself in towards you. It pulls you towards it. Bless you.
Thank you.
And rolls a 23 to hit you.
I'm immune to hits.
So you take 10 points of damage.
It's great being able to hear what's going on and then look at the stream to catch the replayed video of Michael sneezing.
Did I look amazing?
And then it is Ember's go, and Ember goes, "Arf."
Ember's like, ah!
I feel like Ember would at that point run maybe up to me. Can Ember slot down the side of where Calderax is?
Yeah, Ember sort of squeezes into a gap.
Can Ember be safe forever?
No.
Because then I can heal Ember on the next go.
Please heal Ember.
On Malzeray's turn, Malzeray is going
He's
to...
going to shoot Ember.
Malzeray is going to try and shoot at one of the things with disadvantage, because he is still blind. And misses, and the crossbow bolt just... off of one of the walls.
I thought you were going to go into Ember.
Why do you hate Ember so much, Sean? What did foxes ever do to you?
But
They
at the
killed my entire family.
at
Your
the
family deserved it.
at the end of Malzeray's turn, Malzeray blinks, and sight returns to his eyes,
Yay!
and Malzeray is no longer blinded. And actually, while I'm at it, Ember is also no longer blind.
Yay!
Pyrolis.
Hello.
I can just see that you've all kind of like sunk down in the cameras throughout the game. Just slowly going down.
Oh, really?
I arrive!
I'll just forget to sit up straight.
Oh, How is just laying on his desk now.
I'm going to go for it.
Nap time. The lay on hands. There's a
Yes.
fly buzzing around in here. Is that a bonus action? Where am I reading? Here.
As an action.
Yep. Don't worry. Don't trust the guy who's been playing a paladin for the past few fucking months.
Yeah, well, that will be my action then. I will fix up Ember to full. So they lost 6, right?
Yes.
So they'll gain the 6. And that will be me done.
On the Grell's turn,
He's going to give up.
he manages to hit Gawain twice for 22 points of damage, nearly returning Gawain to his initial hit points.
Right, so inflict wounds on Gawain next turn. Okay, that's fine.
Caldorax.
Right, going up to Gawain. No. I am going to. Do I want a guiding bolt again, or do I want to do some other horrible spell of death? Let's try and. I feel it's probably worth trying to actually fully kill the one that's. Is the one that's holding on to Gawain looking pretty? Is he looking beaten?
He's looking pretty ropey.
So I'm going to try and inflict. I'm going to bob and try and reach around to inflict wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does hit.
And I'm going to do it at. Do I just do it at first level? Or do I try it? I want it dead, so I'm doing it second. Yeah, I'm gonna.
It also had 2 hit points left.
God damn it! And is Hal still pretty ropey, or is he kind of looking okay now? Well, not okay, but
He looked better, and then
Now
he's
not.
taken more damage again.
so I
How
suppose
has been beaten black and more blue.
I think I'm going to have to do another healing word, but this time it's only going to be able to be first because I'm quickly running out of spells. So 6 points of healing.
Thank you. That's 6 more than I had a second ago.
It is.
It magicked itself. I didn't have to do it.
Hooray!
I'm a grown man, John. I can do my own hoop.
I'm doing the D&D Beyond character sheets. So
D&D Beyond.
Is it all linked?
I've got a plugin for Chrome called Beyond 20 that links them all up.
That is sick, dude.
It's really useful.
That's right.
I will download that plugin for next week so I can do it myself.
We lost Sean.
I'm
It's 'cause it was
refreshing my thing again.
Fair.
It was too radical for him to handle. I'm also going to refresh mine because I can't see anything right now. I refreshed the wrong thing. I refreshed my character sheet.
Yep, I think that's just like fully broken it. No, there I go. I can see me, but I can't see anyone else's cameras on Roll20. But yeah, I don't.
This is perfectly stable.
It's like Brexit. I can't even see me now.
No, you're not there anymore.
Ah!
There you are.
I have returned. Still can't see anybody else, so who cares? I'm the most important thing I can see.
Gawain flaps into the air and will come behind the creature currently assailing Hal.
Oh man, a lot of things have happened. What happened?
I've murdered 2 of them.
I've noticed. You take a quick nap and everyone dies.
He takes 5 points of damage from Gawain's assailing. And now it is Hal's turn.
Ah, paralyzed. Still.
And at the end of Hal's turn, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, for all the good old bloody do.
Well, that's a different number.
Yeah, well, great. It's a worse number.
Not in the right direction, but it's better.
No. But I could get that 5 in the opposite, you know. get a positive number.
So that would be 12 to hit.
No.
And then a natural 20.
Also, no.
Hold on a minute.
I'm.
A natural 20, you say, John?
Yeah,
To hit
I
how?
say that. To hit how, yes.
To hit how? A natural 20?
Yeah, natural 20 on how.
You know what? No.
Oh. So that's just 10 points.
Ah!
That's
Look
just
at that.
10 points of damage.
Look at that. He's protecting me. He cares. I am so low on health. I'm the
You're
only
more-
one that's really taken any damage. What have you taken?
You're more useful to us alive.
I'll take it. It's the closest to. I did get us lost.
In the fact that you're currently being used as a pincushion. for everything else.
I injured them. I've got my fists of fury.
And then you got paralyzed.
Yeah, well, you know. Though with my obsession with foxes, it could be fists of furry. Who knows?
Maybe.
Oh, we've got some 3rd level spells. Let's play a 3rd level spell.
No, let's not.
Malzere has 3rd level spells.
Oh, okay, fine. I thought you meant the enemies. Oh, whew.
What's the saving throw against that? Me? Oh, well,
That's
that's
wisdom.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
That's what I just said.
So Miguel is wise.
Have you seen my girlfriend?
So it just takes
I have bad jokes. I need
that
to...
much damage. Pyrolus.
Go forth and kill it.
You are talking, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry,
You're
people
back.
in the room. I mean, I could get forward and. How healthy is Hal now? Is he all good?
No. Sorry.
I've been,
No!
I've been trying to keep him alive. But
Yeah, let's just.
Every time I get pulled out, it reels me back in.
Let's just wander up here and do. Yeah, let's use up the rest of my lay on hands. Why not? I can do 9.
That's 9. That's 9 more than I have.
Okay.
9.
So that's Pyrolus does 9 healing to How.
And there isn't any other healing that I can do that is a bonus action, is there?
It's a good question. Does Pyrolus...
Do you have Healing Word as a spell?
Cure wounds.
No.
Paladins don't get healing
No.
word.
Then I don't think there's any other healing spells that are bonus actions.
No, you don't, unfortunately.
Ah, there.
Calderax.
Hello.
Hi.
I am going to move forward a little bit, just because, and I'm going to try and do a guiding bolt on that beaky motherfucker. Guiding bolt. Yes.
That will hit.
Screw it. I'm going to do it at 2nd level because I want it dead.
That is 22.
It is.
It glows slightly.
So next hit has advantage.
Gawain will take advantage of that.
Is there any way you can guide me to being able to pass a Constitution saving?
At this point, before my turn ends, I'm going to be healing word again.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
I've only got 1st levels left, so you're gonna have to just have 9.
That's more than your other spell gave me.
But it was still healing word at 1st level. It's just I happened to roll top at that.
Thank you.
I diced better that time.
Yeah, I did.
Gawain swings last resort, Last Resort collides with the Grell and slices the Grell neatly in twain, and Hal just kind of tumbles backwards out of the dying creature's tentacles and lands
Can I catch him?
Just like a mannequin falling because I'm still paralyzed.
in Pyrolus's arms.
Thank you.
And how can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
This is where
Is
you
there
roll
any-
fine.
Yes, natural 20.
Yep. You shake off the effects of the poison, and in Pyrolus's arms, you just kind of muscles relax.
She'll have
That
to
felt
stand
really-
back up.
That felt really weird. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, it didn't look fun.
We can add horrible brain beaks to the reasons that we hate the Underdark. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to hug Caldorex. Thank you for the healing.
You're welcome, Pax.
And I hug Pi for the same reason.
And for catching me.
Oh, yeah, and for catching me.
And then hugs
And I-
just
Yeah, and then I go over and say, Ember, I heard you got injured. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort out some kind of armor edition for Ember.
You can purchase animal armors. I'm sure we'll find something.
Just running around in full plate.
I would. There is no amount of money that I would not pay.
But then we'd have two creatures with disadvantage rolling stealth.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
One of which is a fox.
Which should be stealthy.
At this point, you carry on and you finish this leg of the journey, and we will pick it up next time.
Yeah.
With
Golden Tooth.
with more horrific journeys through the Underdark and possibly, hopefully, stable webcams.
Yeah, and hopefully, an Amy.
And hopefully-
helpful as well.
Hopefully,
To be fair,
everybody.
it seems like the webcams have been fine on the stream. It's just us.
It's just
That
roll
sucks.
20 for some reason. It's
Yeah.
so we have to keep watching the stream, which I don't like doing because it's like cheating.
Yeah.
The delay is crap. Unless you're
And-
waiting for watching sneezes.
Indeed. Indeed.
Indeed, indeed.
12 days in, okay.
Yeah, you are.
That's like pretty much halfway.
You are. You. To be fair, you have been travelling for 12 days.
We did do a big loop.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you have made 12 days of progress in the right line.
Yes.
We've made 6 days of progress because the first great.
We've made minus 12 days of progress.
For now, guys.
We've actually somehow gone back on ourselves. We're back at Hoom's house.
Screw that, we're back at the keep.
Yeah, we did it.
Somehow we're above ground at this point.
For now, guys in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We hope that you have enjoyed what you've seen, and if you have done so, please do hit that follow button. We're about 11 people away from having 200 followers on the channel. It is also
That's insane.
It is also September, so you can get half-price subs thanks to Subway.
Whoop whoop.
We also hope that you enjoy the fact that we've changed the name of the channel and you managed to find your way here tonight. Which you have if you're hearing me say this.
Or you're watching on YouTube at a later date.
You have failed us for the last time.
Yeah, at which point we don't like you. No, we do still like you for the record. You are just as great. In fact, I think you're better.
You're just as good.
Better.
if you want to come and interact with us live, you can do so at the Twitch channel, which is Final Boss Fight Live now. Twitch.tv/Final Boss Fight Live is where we do this live every week. Or every other week for this.
Live!
Coming up soon, next stream on Friday, Jeff is going to be taking a look at Gears of War 5, or possibly just Gears 5. I don't know how they're doing the titling of that game.
I can tell you in a second. Hang on.
It's just Gears 5.
It is just Gears 5.
So on Friday, Jeff is going to be playing Gears.
As somebody who works at a shop that sells such things.
Jeff is going to be playing Gears of War 5.
Screw their marketing.
Assuming that he can get it downloaded, and if he can't, he's going to play something else on his Xbox.
Well, if he does anything, he would already have it downloaded like I do. So.
For those of you who are willing to purchase it, some stores, such as Game, are doing early releases the day before, so that you have time to install it.
I don't know where Jeff bought it from, so I don't know.
Well, I don't care. I've done my best.
Game Pass, bitches.
On Sunday, I will be back with Sean, and we will be playing the Tomb of Annihilation. The group spent a short rest last time in the control room of the horrific 5th level of the tomb. We'll see where they're poking the controls gets them in this session.
Oh, joy.
What does this button do? Has gone very well for them so far.
Just a massive clunk. Oh shit.
3 people have died.
On Monday, Sean, Michael, myself, and hopefully Chris will be back on Sky Factory.
I'm one of those people.
Are you the hopefully Chris?
Yes, I am hopefully Chris. Because God knows I don't want to be Michael.
We'll be back on the Sky Factory server, and I believe the plan is that we automate everything. Because screw having to do anything.
Even playing the game.
If we could automate that, damn it, we would.
I've got a bunch of those, like, little water drinking birds lined up and just like, boop, boop, boop. I don't get much done, but I don't have to do anything.
Why is Michael just strafing around in a circle?
He's being played by the bird again, isn't he? Wednesday next week is currently Mystery Session of something.
Mystery Wednesdays.
And then Friday next week is Space Odysseus the A-Team, where Gunter and the rest of the A-Team are going to be clearing out the last of the Calicoos from Mirage Base alongside the army, and also the one-person army in the form of Alyssum.
Oh yeah. That's a thing.
That's you.
Yep.
That'd be you. And then on Sunday next week will be the Storm King's Thunder group, as I think I titled the episode A Wild Goose Chase, because you're now searching for the golden goose.
Yeah.
Does the golden goose have golden teeth? Because we should find out. The goose have teeth? The geese have teeth.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, all these answers and more, except for that one that Sean just told us already.
No, geese do not have teeth.
Coming
They
up,
have like spiked bits.
However, their beaks do have teeth-like features called tomia.
Yep. See.
learning.
These serrated features can appear on the tongue and vary in size and shape based on the bird's diet.
We'll see you guys next time. For now, farewell.
Bye!
I can wave this time.
Yeah, we can actually wave.
You have subscribed to Goose Facts. Bye, guys.
Goose Facts.
Goose facts.
Chicka chicka.